A quiet admission. Gummy bears are carefully designed objects, not accidental sweets. Let's look behind glossy shells. Gelatin gives gummy bears their signature chew. Its concentration directly controls firmness and melt in the mouth. Gelatin bloom number measures strength. Higher bloom makes firmer bears. Lower bloom gives softer, slower dissolve textures. A precise sugar-to-corn syrup ratio prevents crystallization and influences chewiness, gloss, and perceived sweetness. Flavor oils are microdosed and blended for consistency, avoiding overpowering notes while keeping distinct fruit character. Natural extracts yield subtle variation. Synthetics offer brighter, more predictable flavors and longer shelf stability. Ever wondered why colors seem so vivid? Pigment choice and concentration shape perceived flavor before tasting. A thin glaze of carnauba or beeswax gives shine and prevents sticking between gummy bears. Mold surface finish and cavity shape subtly change cooling patterns, affecting density and bite quality. Pouring speed controls air inclusion. Faster deposition can trap tiny bubbles and alter mouthfeel. Controlled cooling curves determine gel network formation, which sets chewiness and resilience precisely. Ambient humidity alters final texture. Dryers and dehumidifiers are essential to consistent chew and shelf stability. Slight acid adjustments brighten fruit flavors and help preserve gelatin structure simultaneously. Citric, malic, and fumaric acids provide different sour profiles and stability. Choices guide final taste character. Some makers layer gummy masses to create chew contrasts, alternating firmer and softer strata within one candy. Aeration can make gummies lighter and more pillowy, changing perceived sweetness and mouthfeel significantly. Antimicrobials, proper moisture control, and packaging choices extend shelf life without compromising flavor. Modified atmosphere packaging reduces oxidation and moisture migration, preserving texture and color longer. Artisan producers accept small batch variation, valuing nuance over exact uniformity in flavor and texture. Large manufacturers use strict equipment calibration and ingredient control to minimize batch-to-batch differences. Primary cost factors include sugar, gelatin grade, flavor oils, and energy-intensive drying time. Gelatin usually comes from animal collagen. Sourcing decisions affect ethics, traceability, and consumer expectations. Pectin and agar replace gelatin for vegan bears, but demand recipe rebuilding to match texture and stability. Shared lines may introduce allergens. Strict cleaning reduces cross-contact yet increases production complexity. Formulations control when flavors emerge. Initial top note, then base notes during chew, engineered deliberately. Stabilizers and specific pigments prevent fading over time, especially under light and heat exposure. The bear shape started as a playful, marketable form and stuck because of recognizability and portion control. Smaller pieces concentrate surface area, changing flavor perception and perceived sweetness during chewing. Heat softens structure and melts glaze. Cold firms the network, changing bite and release of flavors. Buffing and tumbling remove imperfections, producing that satisfying glossy finish we associate with quality. Minor off-notes from ingredients are often masked using complementary flavors rather than removed completely. Labels must reflect ingredients and allergens accurately, guided by food safety regulations in each market. Tiny adjustments in salt, acid, or oil percentages can transform the entire eating experience unexpectedly. Makers sometimes tweak recipes seasonally, favoring richer spices in winter and brighter acids in summer. Routine sensory panels and lab tests catch subtle drift in batches before products reach stores. Trimming rejects, recycling heat, and ingredient recovery minimize waste in efficient gummy production lines. Bright colors and familiar shapes prime expectations, guiding perceived sweetness and flavor intensity. Premium fruit concentrates cost more but can justify higher prices through perceived authenticity and flavor depth. Small producers often trade scale for experimentation, creating distinct textures and unexpected flavor combos. High-volume plants favor reproducibility and throughput, using automation to guarantee identical batches at speed. Some makers shift to sustainable ingredients and packaging, balancing cost, taste, and environmental impact. Our childhood associations influence flavor preference. Makers tap nostalgic cues in color, texture, and scent. Higher price often signals quality, even when formulation differences are subtle or incremental. Curious how one recipe shifts texture? Tiny ingredient swaps can feel like different candies entirely. Manufacturers guard formulations and processes as trade secrets, refined through years of trial and error. Flavor palettes shift regionally. Makers adapt profiles to local fruit preferences and sweetness tolerance. Regulations limit certain additives in some markets, forcing recipe innovations for compliance. Transparent windows, color palettes, and bag textures influence perceived freshness and desirability. Makers frequently run micro batches to test tweaks, collecting quick feedback before scaling. Behind every gummy bear lies chemistry, craft, and choices, balancing tradition, cost, and consumer expectations.